You know, this might be my favorite LEGO Star Wars set out of this summer wave. Welcome back, everybody. And boy, do we have a banger today. Oh, man. This is the Battle of Felucia, specifically the Separatist MTT. The set number is 75435, 976 pieces. Goes on sale August 1st this year. And the retail price is $160. The rumors were right, and that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We'll talk about price later on in the video, but with that excluded, this set looks fantastic in my opinion. Like, I am blown away with how good this looks. Maybe I'm gushing a little too hard here, but I didn't expect the MTT to look this good, especially coming off the 2014 one. That was just an atrocity from the gem that was the 2008 version. And I feel like we finally have redemption arc for the MTT here. And thank you, LEGO, for finally listening and giving us a Separatist vehicle to go against the ATT, to go against the Coruscant Guard gunship, to go against all these freaking battle packs. Like, there's so many clone vehicles and no Separatist vehicles, barely any. And now we finally have something that's actually worthy to go against all these LEGO Star Wars sets we've had over the last couple years. And, oh, well done. I mean, I keep looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is a real LEGO set. This is the Clone Wars set I want. Okay, if you can't tell, I'm super pumped about this set. And I haven't even talked about the minifigures. Ayla Secura is returning after a very long hiatus. We haven't seen her since that 2017 Republic fighter tank. She looks excellent. And then, oh boy, Commander Bly, Phase 2, directly ripped out of that Order 66 scene from Revenge of the Sith. Oh my goodness, yes. Just yes. This is a figure I've been wanting since 2008, since I started this YouTube channel. It's so cool finally getting this figure. I mean, ever since LEGO made the micro binoculars piece in the 501st Battle Pack, everybody has been assuming Bly has to come at some point, and it only took like 2.5, 3 years for him to finally show up in a LEGO Star Wars set after that piece was introduced. 6 battle droids? For MTT, I was expecting at minimum 12. We also have the pilot battle droid as well, so I guess it's technically 7, but that's frustrating. However, there is 3 commando droids in this set, which does actually add to it. In fact, LEGO has redesigned, not the mold per se, but recolored them. New prints on these commando droids. They're going from dark brown to dark metallic gray, which is an interesting choice, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like. We also have a little STAP over here. I know a lot of people are indifferent about the MTT in terms of the functionality of the actual troop carrier coming out, with the fact that, you know, it's only 6 battle droids. But to me, to my eyes, that's easily modified. What I'm really just looking at is the shell of the MTT, and it looks so good. On the back of the box, you can see there's actually quite a lot of play functions with this set, which is just refreshing to see in a LEGO Star Wars set. $160, sub 1,000 pieces, that's just crazy. In my eyes, this set shouldn't have cost maybe more than 130, 140 max. Given all the minifigures, I guess that adds to the price, but it's even crazier when we talk about this set right here. Of course, I have a different review on the Republic Juggernaut, or as we all know it, the Clone Turbo Tank. This is the same price as this one. You're getting 4 less minifigures, less pieces overall. I'll save my full opinion for that review, but it does make this set the better value at $160, even though it's still overpriced. Regardless, I cannot wait to build this set. I can't wait to compare it against the older MTTs. It's just awesome to have this now. Let's go into the in-depth. Of course, I want to thank LEGO for sending this set over for review, and I'm ready to build this one. So while there is a notable printed piece in this set, the rest are still stickers, and given the price that LEGO is asking for here, I expected these to be printed. As we open up the set, you'll notice there is 8 numbered bags, which isn't a lot. Again, $160. I was expecting at least 10, 12 bags, and it really just shows this is a smaller set in terms of experience building it as well. However, in my opinion, this is one of the best MTTs that we've had in some time. Is it better than 2008? We'll see in a second. But one particular feature of this set absolutely blew me away, and you probably can guess what it is. But first, let's talk about the minifigure, starting with Ayla Secura. This is the same dark azure blue color that she was in 2017, the last time that we got the minifigure. Overall, she looks very similar to that version, just slight tweaks and differences here. I will say the printing on the Leku is not exactly perfect, which is a little disappointing, again, given that this is a premium price set. Then on to Commander Bly, though. Holy cow, do I love this minifigure, except for the fact that he needs a waist cape. Like, come on, can we just have a fabric waist cape Lego? Is that so hard? Now, on the other hand, we do have a brand new molded pauldron for the first time, and it's interesting. It's wider than I think a lot of you would imagine it, solely so you can move the arm back and forth, and it looks a little wonky to me personally. Not exactly the best designed piece, and overall Bly looks excellent, just needs a waist cape. So here's what a third-party one looks like. I'll leave this down in the description if you guys want to pick this up. Seriously, is that hard, Lego? Moving on, we have the brand new Commando Droid. This is actually a slightly tweaked head design. It's a little bit thicker there on the clip piece, I noticed, comparing it to the old one. It is in metallic dark gray now, which a lot of people were saying is not accurate, but when you look at the video games, it is actually accurate in that regard, and specifically if you just look up Commando Droid on Google Images, it tends to be more gray than dark brown, even though in the Clone Wars show it looks dark brown. So it really goes either way, depending on what art you're looking at. Now, comparing the two, I actually prefer the new design of the Commando Droid, specifically with the head print. I like how it's a little bit tighter, a little bit smaller. The old one definitely looks more animated looking. Next up, we have the return of the Pilot Battle Droid, which we first saw last year in the Gift with Purchase Troop Carrier set, and nothing different about this since then. And then we have, of course, a bunch of regular B1 Battle Droids, 6 to be more specific, and I wish it was closer to 12. Even 16 would have been appreciated here. Next up, we have a little side build here being the STAP, and from what I can tell, this is the exact same design as the one that comes in the $140 buildable Battle Droid with STAP, the giant version. Now you get a minifigure version of the STAP, and this is that same design from what I can tell, just recolored with dark blue, obviously. And it does accommodate a Commando Droid, which looks pretty good, actually. I like the way this looks. And overall, it's a nice little side build. Finally, we can get to the MTT. It's been literally over a decade, and finally it has returned in this new color form, the dark blue and light bluish gray, which I was a little uncertain about because I do like the brown. That is my personal preference, but it does look good in this color scheme, and it does work with a lot of the other Separatist sets that we've gotten over the years, and I am very impressed with the overall design here. Now, the first feature of the set is, of course, going to be some stud launchers. I would personally just remove these altogether. They kind of take away from the look of the set, but other than that, this thing looks so good. Moving on to the side, we do have a nice big opening that opens up to, well, just an area to put your blasters. You kind of have to figure it out in terms of what you should do with this area. There is some wheels underneath the set as well. There's 6 to be exact, and they definitely make the set roll nice and smoothly. There's a back opening door that is connected to the roof, so it all opens up in one section. And when you open all the panels here, it's a big open area, and you can kind of fit different things, but it's not said in the instructions or on the box what to do with it. You can fit the STAP here, you can put the Commando Droids here without interfering with any functionalities of the set, so there is at least some storage room, and you can contain the entire set together. All your droids can go into the MTT, which is nice. As for the front aesthetics, I love the way those turrets are designed. I love this big giant printed piece. Like, we never get that. And then we have the stickered droid eyes on the very top, which is accurate, by the way. I know the Vulture droid eyes might throw some people off, but that is actually accurate to the real MTT. And as for that very top, it just pops off with these side flaps opening, revealing where the pilot droid would sit. And you can see he has a nice control panel here. He kind of lays down very flat. It's a little hilarious looking. And there is also a place in the back for his blaster as well. And it all fits nice and tidy together. Now, if you can't tell, I saved the best for last, which is, of course, the troop carrier function. On the top here, you'll notice there is a big cylinder piece, and if you turn that, well, that will activate the droids, and I love this function. This is what I want to see in 2025 for an improvement of a predecessor Lego Star Wars set coming into the modern era. This thing is fantastic. I am blown away with how this function works. It is crazy. 3 things are going on at the same time. It's a triple action function, as I call it. And you can also puppeteer the MTT with this as well, I noticed, which, I don't know. Maybe you can't unsee this, but to me, it looks like a talking frog. Maybe that's just me. Now, taking a look at how the actual function works, it's very simple, yet very complicated. It's very well done because it never messes up. I haven't had any hiccups with it, and I've done it like at least 20 times now. You can see here there's a wheel on the side that rides a tile to the very end, and when it drops down, that's what triggers the actual function of the droids dropping on the floor. And then you'll see on the other side there's a chain piece, and that's what's picking up that bottom door from going up and down. And then we just have the core gear function actually just going between studs. It's ingenious, and I can't believe how simple yet complicated it is. Now, one of the biggest issues with this set is the lack of battle droids and the lack of troops on the actual function here. However, this can be modified by simply adding 2 extra pieces on either side and 2 extra battle droids, and then all of a sudden you can fit 8, and I'm almost positive you can create a second layer above this. There seems to be enough space to modify it to have 16, just like the 2008 version of the MTT. Overall, though, I am impressed with this set. I can't believe it, but LEGO actually improved the MTT over the predecessors that have come before. But let's take a look at those now. So let's see from 2025 all the way back to the original MTT from 2000. All 4 different versions of the set on the same table, and I gotta say it's wild to see the different evolution of the MTT after all of this time. 25 years of MTTs on the table, guys. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is, yes, the 2008 version is still the biggest version by a long shot. It's bigger than all of the other 3 MTTs here, and is still arguably one of the best just in terms of play functions and the overall look. However, I have to hand the 2025 version for being a little bit more accurate, for having better functionality, but at the same time, the 2008 still crowns in terms of accessories and just overall fun. I feel like it just can't be beat, which is unfortunate. Now, it is to be said, though, that I do think the 2025 version is significantly better than the 2014 version, and they are just about the same size, roughly in every dimension. I'd say the newest version is just like one, maybe a plate or 2 smaller in terms of its height comparative to the 2014 version. Now, there are differences, especially on the back here in terms of design. I wish there was a little bit more greebling on the 2025 version, but overall, I gotta say, it's crazy to see this 2000 version of the MTT, the original one, against what is the 2025 version. It's wild to see this whole lineup of sets. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite MTT is. I think a lot of you will be surprised by this newest version. It's not exactly the smallest per se. It's pretty much in line with the 2000 and the 2014 version, but it is still smaller than that 2008 version. If we were to get that 2008 size version MTT, then it would likely push over $200, which I think would be too much for most of you? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. I will give it to LEGO that they did improve the functionality, the core function of the set. Comparative to the 2008 version, the 2025 is superior in that regard. And now let's bring in the Republic Juggernaut, or the Turbo Tank. This is launching right alongside the MTT at the same exact price tag. However, the Turbo Tank has 4 less minifigures, 200 less pieces, and spoiler alert, it's a lackluster build. I could not believe that this is what LEGO shipped, but I can tell you with confirmation that the MTT is superior in every possible way, especially when it comes to functionality. What about the ATTE, the 2022 set that I think has aged like fine wine? I love this ATTE to death, and you can see they look good side by side, but it really does show that the MTT is definitely on the smaller side, which is really unfortunate. I do wish LEGO made it a little bit bigger so it's sized a little bit better with that ATTE. And then just for fun, let's bring in my color swapped gunship just to give you guys an idea what a Clone Wars battle might look like. And I personally think this looks awesome. It just sucks how pricey this set really is.
It astonishes me that the MTT is so significantly better than the Republic Juggernaut that's also launching right alongside this set for the same price tag with less pieces, and with this set having more minifigures, a better overall build. The differences here are so stark, and it blows my mind that the Republic Juggernaut is the way it is. Go check out my review on that. Like, I had high expectations. I was going into that review very happy, very excited for a clone turbo tank. And when I had built that set and compared it against this MTT, I mean, it's crazy that this is so polished and that one isn't. So, is this set worth $160? No, unfortunately, it's still overpriced. But at least it maintains the quality that we've been getting, at least with these higher end Clone Wars sets. I think it meets the same quality as like the ATTE. The Coruscant Guard gunship had its hiccups. I still don't like that set, but I did like the gunship design per se. And this actually matches that. And finally, we have a Separatist vehicle, a large, big scale Separatist vehicle to go against all these clone vehicles that we've been getting for years now. And this finally exists. And I think it actually delivered. It doesn't have everything that I would have wanted. It's not a perfect set, but the execution is very well done. And it does actually improve over the predecessors that came before in terms of its functionality. Like, this function of the troop carrier is just perfect. It works every time, and it actually has this very cool functionality, unlike the Republic Juggernaut. This set is offering better features than the previous iteration, whereas the Clone Turbo Tank or the Republic Juggernaut is not, and it just blows my mind. The minifigures, pretty good, right? You're getting 12 minifigures here. Commander Bly, Ayla Secura, fan favorites that we've been asking for years, specifically Bly. Like, this is awesome, getting this figure. It's not perfect. Of course, it should have gotten a comma or a waist cape. I really wish it had that. Then it would have been the perfect minifigure. But it looks really good, and I'm very happy to now have it in my collection. I want to pick up more of these MTTs. I want more of these. I can't wait to recreate some Clone Wars battles. Like, it's been a while. Maybe the ATTE was the last set that I really felt the need to army build or buy multiples of the set. And it's unfortunate because it's so bittersweet yet again with this set that it's so expensive. This feels maybe like $130, $140 set, so it's at least $20 to $30 overpriced. I think a lot of people will say, yeah, this is a $100 set, but in reality, it does match up with those other sets, the ATTE and the Coruscant Guard gunship, very well in terms of functionality, features, minifigures. And so if you were comfortable paying for those prices, like $120 when on sale, up to $140 for retail, this feels about the same value at those prices. And obviously it's $20 more than that now, and I don't think it's worth that extra $20 premium. If you were to go out day one and buy a Lego Star Wars set, this set alongside with the V19 are gonna be my recommendations, and I'll talk more about the V19 in my own review of that, but this almost feels its asking price. It's not there, but it comes closer, especially compared to the Clone Turbo Tank or the Republic Juggernaut, by a mile. And I really like what you get out of this set. Brand new commando droids, Commander Bly, Ayla Secura, a well-designed set that actually has cool functions, that actually looks aesthetically good. So well done to the Lego Star Wars design team, and then pity on those that decided that the set needed to be $20 more. Like, that is aggravating fans, and it's frustrating. Is this set a day one purchase? That's gonna come down to you. I mean, my personal recommendation is, of course, wait a couple months, get the set like $20, $30 off, then pick it up, because it is a very good Lego Star Wars set. Not the perfect set, but very good. And that's where I stand. However, if you end up picking this up, I don't think you're gonna be frustrated with what you end up getting. Like, this is a solid set. What would have made it an even better set is taking away the stickers, making those all prints, and having a little bit more room here in the back for some more storage, some more playability maybe. Now, before we wrap things up, I do need to mention that there's this set coming out, a 2-in-1 that combines the 327th Battle Pack, this set right here, with this MTT. Now, combined, this set would be like $205 because of how expensive that Battle Pack is. And the rumor is that it could be as low as $160 because the 2-in-1 could show up at either Walmart or Costco, most likely here in North America. And if that's the case, that's the real deal, is if you can find that 2-in-1 pack for $160 to $180, that's gonna be the best value. So be on the lookout for that set. If you subscribe to the channel, I'll give you guys updates on the YouTube notifications, so stay tuned for that. I'm personally gonna be looking for that. You know, I gotta say that this set feels like 2008 to 2014, like that era of Clone Wars sets. It brings back that nostalgia, and if that's what you're craving, this set will deliver on that. It's just unfortunate it's so overpriced. Thanks again to LEGO for sending this set over for review. I'll have links down in the description if you do want to end up picking up this set through lego.com. It is affiliated and helps with the channel. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.